as they come up. And yes, Harry's isolating himself. Harry's isolating, I think, thanks to Meghan. This is happening thanks to Meghan, because even if he's not a working royal anymore, I don't think he wants to isolate himself. Many people are saying that HRH does not have a salary, just a privilege. Thanks for your answers. I think Harry didn't want to have this gap, this chasm between himself and his family. Maybe the royal duties. I don't want this royal duties. This is all nonsense for me. I want a private, simple life. Well, that is far from what he bargained for marrying Meghan. But in this case, I think he doesn't want to do it. He's between two worlds. He's being stripped of not only the I'm not saying stripped of anything, because he relinquished, he just quit everything. Nobody put a gun to his head. Maybe Meghan saved him, is the way of him saying, well, Meghan was the reason, the justification behind my actions in that regard. And that is sad, because I don't think any person, man or woman, should have or name another person for the reason to make things. Maybe you can say that, well, you work hard for your children or your kids, or maybe that makes sense, but not in this case. I think that you should make your decisions for yourself, because you know it's the right thing for yourself. That is important. And yeah, this is me back in my school days. I was the one that was always ostracized, like totally off the groups. No man is an island, but yeah, Harry is trying hard. Believe that. And this is thanks, these photos are thanks to Royal Instablog on Instagram. You can see that, well, in them we can see Harry here, isolated from the main group. Even we can see here Peter Phillips, here's William. Here's like the main group around the king. And this other group, and Harry is, he doesn't know what to do. Okay? I'm sure many of you are going to say that is Photoshop. Harry couldn't have been that lonely all the time. But yes, this was his general attitude. This was Harry's general attitude. And I forgot to use this GIF this week. This was, I don't know when was the last time I used this. But yeah, Harry was, how do you do, fellow royals? Hey, I'm just like you. But no, Harry, you are not like them. You are a human being, and everyone is a human being. You're just like us. If they cut us, we all bleed the same way. But no, you know that you quit so many things, and you're just here. Well, because most people are decent and will not turn their backs on you, as you stabbed everyone, including the Queen and Prince Philip. But people are trying to forgive you for that, but you have to keep your mouth shut. Something that I understand that your wife is not very keen about, keeping your mouth shut. But well, you can see this. Look at this. This is common group dynamics. Look at the feet of these three person group. Okay, they are a close knitted group. Their feet are almost pointed towards each other. Maybe this taller man has his feet a bit outside, like he could be inviting a fourth member to this group. But Harry, no, is not interested. He wants the grown-ups. He wants to dine at the grown-ups table, like this one. King Charles, Princess Anne, Prince William, Peter Phillips. This is Prince Andrew, I guess. I think he is. This is Edward right here. I think I got them all right, if I can see correctly. And yes, he wants to be at the grown-ups table. He wants to dine at that table, but you cannot. You don't have what it takes, and that is determination. And you need to ask for forgiveness. Yeah, you need to say, I messed up everything. I was wrong. That was, he has to acknowledge. He can't possibly just show up and say, oh, how are you doing, fellow Royals? No, he can't. He can't. He doesn't have the grit for that. The cynicism for that. Harry's cynicism has a limit. This is that limit. Because if he was cynical enough, he would have just, hey, how are you doing? Here I am. Let's catch up on everything. And yes, Wednesday on Twitter too, an old phrase used in posh public schools back in the day: send someone to Coventry. Interesting. I was not aware of this. Of course, I'm not that into posh public British schools. If a group of people send someone to Coventry, they refuse to speak to that person, usually as a punishment for having done something to upset the group. Oh yeah. I tweeted also a response to that. Back in school, I was not sent to Coventry. I was Coventry. Yeah, it was that bad. It was that bad. I don't miss my school days in the slightest. All the way from elementary school to high school. No, I'm trying to delete those memories, a la Johnny Mnemonic. Just wipe them. And yes, there are other pictures here that show exactly the same dynamics that we have seen so far. Like Harry is alone, and even if there is here was Peter Phillips arriving, and Harry has this open posture, like, hey, hello, how are you doing? And he has this like, I'm willing to form a group here. Peter Phillips said, just like one of my favorite YouTubers, the critical drinker, Peter Phillips says, nah, it'll be fine, and he went and joined the grown-ups table. Well, this is you can't unsee this, and this is sad. I feel sad for Harry. I know exactly what this feels, but I know that to fix this, he has to do a lot of things and start saying that I'm sorry and fixing things. That you know the reason he's not gonna do this. He's been so invested in this sunk cost fallacy that has been married to Meghan that he cannot go back already. Has invested so much time and energy and has 2 kids. Cannot go back. All right. Oh yes, the GTA wasted appears over Harry's vision. Yes. Yes, that is right. All right. And of course they have to make it seem, thanks to Lita G, that pitched me this update within seconds it appeared on the Daily Mail Twitter. It was a very difficult time for them. Tyler Perry reveals why he let Prince Harry and Meghan stay in his $18 million Beverly Hills mansion. And I want to make it clear. You know that this is old news. Like really old. And this is from today. This was from today. Why are they making this like updating, like publishing these updates today? Maybe you want to make it seem like the Harkles haven't run out of friends yet? Like, I don't know, Tyler Perry is their friend, or still their friend, or Gayle King is their friend? Do you have anyone else? But they're trying to sell that narrative. Thanks, Lita, for that pitch. And that's what we are seeing here.